What have you given up on in your marriage? Hey, I'm Sharon Pope. I'm the love and relationship coach for women who are struggling in disconnected marriages and trying to figure out, can they stay and make the relationship work, or is the only answer to lovingly release it? If you like what you hear, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. What have you given up on getting inside of your marriage? That's what we're talking about today. In my first marriage, I gave up on something that was important to me. We were about 7 years into the marriage when I really began to express that I wanted more connection and more affection in our relationship. Now, my ex-husband comes from a long line of unaffectionate men. So although he tried to give me affection the way that I wanted it, it was awkward. And I got tired of asking. I got tired of being disappointed. And so I just stopped asking for that. And we grew apart over time. I convinced myself that he had enough other good qualities that I just needed to figure out a way to just live without affection in my marriage. Even though that felt really important to me at the time, 7 years in, it wasn't important enough for me to blow up the marriage. But as often happens, when you give up on one of your desires, you tend to just start growing apart more and more. And so I'm going to tell you something. I remember the day that I gave up on ever having affection inside my first marriage. I remember that day, but I never told him. I never told him that I gave up. I just stopped asking for it. And now, in hindsight, I can see that that was the beginning of the end of our marriage. You see, when we just give up on the desires of our hearts, we hit this quiet but dangerous place where we don't tell our partners what's going on, and it all happens within us. And we deny those things that we really desire, and we suppress our needs in order to keep the peace in the relationship. But here's what I found. Those longings, I didn't put them there, so I couldn't get rid of them either. They didn't just magically go away. Boy, would that have made my life so much simpler back then if they would have just gone away. But they don't. And the thing is, they start out as whispers, but those whispers get louder and louder with every passing year until eventually it becomes screams coming at you. So here's the thing. If you think your marriage is in trouble, but you're not sure why and you're not sure how to fix it, then I would invite you to ask yourself, what have I given up on? What need or desire have I given up on ever receiving inside of my marriage? And then I would go ask your partner that same question. The answers to that question will guide you to a place inside your marriage that is desperate for some love and some focused attention. And if you start there on what you've given up upon, you can potentially find your way back by beginning to communicate about really what's going on and what you've tried to give up on. Because like I said, you didn't put those longings there, so they're not going anywhere. If that was helpful to you, I hope that you will subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and if you want to know when new videos come out, just hit the red bell in the upper right corner. Take good care.